Alright folks, what is going on? We're going to be doing something really completely out of character. Yeah, I've really took a notion to try and catch fish on the dry fly. It's something I've never ever done before. I've never actually done very much fly fishing, as a matter of fact. So we're going to give it a rattle today. Do something, as I said, really different. Nice evening. Absolutely scorching day, so I waited right until 7 o'clock in the evening to come out. And yeah, hopefully we can get a few. So, see you soon. Alright guys, so I hope you can see this alright. So I'm going to apologise first and foremost to any fly anglers who's watching this. I'm really sorry. Yeah, I haven't a clue what I'm doing. I'm just going by what I've been told. So the stuff's going to go on the line to sink the line so it's not floating on the surface. This stuff is going to go on the top of the fly, on the white bit. The fish will not see the white bit apparently, they'll only see the fly at the bottom. Don't ask me what the name of the fly is, haven't a clue. And big shout out to Jeff who lent me his stuff. I'll go dab on that. Alright, and whatever this crazy stuff is, go and rub this along up and down the line to sink the line. So as I've said already, apologies to any avid fly fishermen for ruining your beloved hobby. If I catch anything, I'll be really surprised. Good to go. Alright, first spot. Try not to go too close. It's been a long time for me. I've cast a fly rod. But everything seems to be working in terms of the fly floating and the leader sinking. Such a nice evening. It was a shame not to get out. I have no idea. Do you just leave it there? Do you bring it in slowly? I probably should have really done a bit more research on this before jumping in the car with getting the end of a fly rod and running. I'm casting reasonably well, so I'm happy with that. As I said, it's not very often I've ever even held a fly rod. Done a bit of fly fishing for rainbows years and years ago, and I've done 1 or 2 days for pike. But in terms of a really small outfit, fishing for brown trout in the river, never. I think I'll just take a walk, see if I can come across any rising fish. Doesn't seem to be very much happening at all. Maybe a bit of moving water is what they're after. Believe it or not, this exact spot is where I caught my first ever fish 25 years ago maybe now. Small brown trout. Bit more confidence now with the bit of moving water. Very shallow there at the minute. Don't you just hate it when you walk down 2 fields over 2 gates to get to your favourite spot, and there's an old fella in the spot fly fishing on the dry fly exactly the same way. Oh dear. It's probably the best spot on this stretch of the river. Chances are he's probably been up and down the river and caught a few fish. He looked like he knew what he was doing. Got fed up with the dry fly. It wasn't working. Fish aren't rising at all anywhere in the river hardly. So we'll switch over to this one and go down a bit. Buzzer I think it's called. Again, apologies if that's wrong. Andy Buckley will be very cross if I'm mistaken on any of this, but hopefully this works. We'll give it a go up the river. It's certainly not an easy place to fly fish. Trees overhanging either side, but the smallest gap for a bit of a straight arm cast. And I hit the tree. Yeah, it's sinking right down. I feel a lot more confident now. As I said, I don't know very little about fly fishing, but I know enough that when you're dry fly fishing and there's fish aren't rising anywhere on the river, it's probably a waste of time. I could be wrong, but that's my theory. So hot. My glasses are actually, sunglasses should I say, are actually steaming up with the heat off my face. Right, lots of fish moving here. Trying to get into a better angle. Just because they're moving doesn't mean I'm going to catch them, but it's the first bit of the river where I've seen some proper. There we go. First cast. Oh, stay on. Oh, it's... Nice. There we go. First cast. First ever wild brown trout on the fly. Lovely. And believe it or not, I just changed the fly as well. Oh. Just out right the scissors. Lovely. Right, there we go, folks. First ever fish on the fly in the river. And he's still full of beans. Yes, get in. Alright. This was the fly that worked. As I said, I've just changed flies, first cast in a new spot. And happy days. I wonder if we can get 2 for 2. I can understand why people get addicted to this type of fishing. You know, from the outside looking in, it was never really for me. But there's something quite pleasant about it.
All the way from the park, looking cowslice.
Ah, bumped one off. That's a good sign. Get back out over there. Just felt them nudge it. Ah, that was a poor cast. What you can't see is I'm in my welly standing, you know, in the river, 12, 13 inches up into my leg, up my leg, whatever you want to call it. But what we've both discovered is there's a hole in my left welly. So yeah, pretty wet at the minute. Any other time I'd probably be quite annoyed about it, but the fact of it's so hot and clammy, it's actually quite nice having a cold foot. Yep, and again. But it's just a tiddler. Yes! He was that small, I couldn't even keep up with the cast. I thought I was going to shake the hook. There we go. Reminiscent of the first one I ever caught all those years ago. Similar size to that. Okay guys, for those who is interested in this sort of thing, setup today was a 4-weight 8-foot fly rod. As I said earlier, Jeff Tweedy thankfully lent me the outfit. Floating line, pretty nice rod actually. I enjoyed using it, cast quite well. Floating line, 3 pound leader, and of course then the selection of flies that I was showing you. By no means is this something that I know anything about, and as I said previous, if you want to watch a proper fly fishing YouTube channel, check out Andy Buckley. At least he knows what he's talking about. Alright guys, game over. Quick 2-hour evening session, that's all I was really allowed. I'm out on the boat Saturday and Sunday tomorrow. So yeah, I was only allowed out for 2 hours. So it was task was set. Got to get my first ever brown trout on the fly in 2 hours. Thankfully I did. Got 2. Yeah, really enjoyed it. I would have liked to have got into a few better spots, but unfortunately, big deep pool up at the top of the corners. Quite a few kids jumping in, and they've every right to. You know, it's super weather. Not very long of the summer left, so by all means, it's what I meant to do. It's a bit for everybody. But I enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully we'll do a couple more of these in the future.